Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about Family Guy. We're going to talk about comedians no longer apologizing for potentially offensive comedy. Now, we did a video the other day talking about how Ben Stiller was not going to apologize for Tropic Thunder. And now we've got Patrick Warburton saying, hey, I'm not apologizing for my role as Joe on Family Guy. And, they put pressure on Family Guy before. They got rid of Mike Henry as Cleveland because it was a white guy playing a black guy for 20 years, and hardly anybody complained. Actually, most people didn't even know. But then during 2020, they're like, yep, let's toss him overboard and get somebody that sounds exactly like him.
But that's black.
Because that, and then Disney decided they were just going to make that the norm, and everybody who was not the race that they were playing got fired, basically. And you can tell that Mike Henry was not real happy with it, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Well, if you complain, you're racist.
You complain, you're racist.
No way to win that.
There's no way to win that one. But yeah, Patrick Warburton, I guess he has apologized before for Joe, who's in a wheelchair, and a lot of the jokes are about Joe being in a wheelchair. And he said, I'm done apologizing for it. Whatever. I'm not going to apologize for it. So people were mad. We're going to talk. People are always mad.
Why aren't they mad?
We're going to talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Over 296,000 subs,
Woo!
Almost 300. There's the woohoo. Almost 300,000. We do talk about pop culture. We talk about animation. We talk a lot about cancel culture because it has, definitely intersected with pop culture. But we're seeing a lot of comedians push back against it, and a lot of times people are like, hey, it was just a joke, or I didn't mean to offend anybody, I'm not going to apologize anymore, because it gets to the point where it's just ridiculous. It's like, hey, I already said, yeah, maybe it wasn't a good idea or whatever, and they're like, no, that wasn't a full-throated apology, and also
Full-throated, wow.
Whoa. And also, we need you to donate to this cause or that cause.
Right.
Then you need to go kill yourself, because that's the way we want it. So yeah, he said, I'm not going to apologize anymore. This is coming from AV Club, which is not real happy with him, compared to Fox News, which is absolutely delighted with him, because that's just the way things go now, right? So let's look at AV Club. Patrick Warburton is done apologizing for Family Guy, which he apparently was doing before. He says, we need love and humor and acceptance, which can all be derived from Family Guy. Okay, that's kind of funny. How Family Guy can even survive under Disney is beyond me. No one's trying to cancel Family Guy. Now Disney is. Literally speaking, the show's been on for more than 20 years. There have been critics along the way, but the series enjoys a secure spot. Anyway, this is Patrick Warburton saying, I used to apologize for being on Family Guy, and I apologize no more because this world is a horrible native satire. Warburton proclaims in a new interview with Fox News. That's the problem.
Yeah,
he went to Fox News.
Because he's not apologizing anymore, and as long as you're apologizing, it's okay. We'll pretend it doesn't happen as long as you apologize.
He went to Fox News. He's alt-right, just like Bernie Sanders. Everybody takes themselves too seriously, and I think in many ways it's become an overwhelming mess. We need humor in our lives, and we need love and humor and acceptance. It's all rather simple.
I agree.
Not apologizing for something no one is currently asking you to apologize for does, in fancy, seem simple. No, actually, people have been upset about Joe. I know they've been upset about Joe before. They've been upset about Cleveland before. I mean, basically any comedy that pokes fun at any marginalized community, even if it's all in good fun, and they actually roast the hell out of Peter Griffin, who's a freaking walking parody, right?
Right.
Straight white guy.
So that's why it's okay, because they're making fun of straight white guys. Yeah,
but still, people they've been getting their panties in a bunch about these kinds of shit since The Simpsons. Like, I'm sure the Flintstones got hate mail. I'm sure if you dig into it, they're probably like, oh my God, it's just so insensitive. The Flintstones is way too edgy for 1950s America. It would be unfair to say that no one has ever demanded an apology from the Family Guy team.
Yeah, well, it would be completely unfair, because that's not true. Yeah,
I know it's not true. Even Warburton himself has pushed back on some of the content. The actor told Digital Spy in 2019 there was an episode one time. This has only happened once in 20 years of being on the show. The episode was so offensive, I can't repeat it now. It had to do with Christ on the cross, but there was no humor in it. It was just so horribly offensive. Family Guy it used to be a lot more offensive than it is now, but I thought that he never had to apologize.
No, they said that
for the episode, not for Joe.
Right.
Okay. Acknowledging that he knew what he signed up for with the show. Practically a Nazi. Warburton went so far as to say he wouldn't participate in that particular episode if the offending line remained in the script. I play along, and I'm not going to get in the way, but they go, this line will never make it past standards of practices. And I go, well, why does it have to be in there in the first place? They know I'm a team player, but I guess we all wonder if we have a line. I said, if you do this on the show, it's diminished returns. It's not funny, but offensive to any Christian. In 20 years, there's only been this one episode. They had the one where Optimus Prime came out, and he was Jewish.
What?
Optimus Prime's Jewish, according to Family Guy.
Oh, I didn't see that one, no.
Yeah. 20 years, there's only been this one episode. We have great communication all the time. They're great and listen to you.
Everything's great.
Everything's great. Everything's fine. Please don't fire me. Yeah, everything's great. Ask Mike Henry how that worked out. Because he did not want to step down. There were some people that, legit stepped down in 2020, and they have a right to do that. I think Jenny Slate was one of them.
Right. If you feel that that's what you should do, and that was your choice to do so, you have a right to do it. But if you don't want to, and you aren't really doing anything wrong, you shouldn't have to.
And I remember that they were talking not too long ago. They said that some of the trans jokes, I guess, they made years ago would never fly now. I think a lot of it's not going to fly with Disney being in charge. It's like, how the hell are you going to get this stuff past Disney? I mean, we saw what they put Gravity Falls through,
Yeah.
Like, what the hell? But actually, the disabled community has a lot of beefs with Family Guy, and his character is a big one. Regardless of your feelings, I guarantee you he's been criticized and asked to apologize a lot. The whole community, everybody, or just a few without a sense of self-deprecating humor? This goes on. There's actually more comments on this than there is to the article. So you can see the interview out on Fox News, because that's where he did it, as they made sure you knew. I think we're going to see a lot more of this. I mean, the fact that this comes like 2 days after Ben Stiller came out and said, I'm not apologizing for it. I think that comedians and actors are most affected, and they're right in, they're in Hollywood, so they're going to be asked to apologize all the damn time for shit. And I think they're just getting tired of it.
Right. And it doesn't matter if you're a white guy either. We had, Dave Chappelle and all that
Dave Chappelle
stuff,
he got canceled harder than anybody, and he made a lot of money off of it. But I think the pendulum swinging. People are tired of it. They're tired of having to apologize for everything. They're tired of having to retroactively censor stuff, because a joke that was made 25 years ago is now offensive. It's like, just put a damn disclaimer on it and say, hey, look, we made this 25 years ago.
But at this point, you have to disclaim everything, because somebody's offended about everything all the time. Like, they literally go look, it's like a dopamine hit. You literally look for things to be offended by so that you can scream about it.
I think because it's easier now to get your point across, because back in the day, and they actually joked about cancel culture on Family Guy. They had the episode where they had the woman getting angry and like tweeting, and now I'm fired. Now they're tweeting.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so they've joked about it before. They know how it works. But I think it's so easy to get the attention of the studios now by going to Twitter and kicking up a storm and then getting the media to pick up on it. And before, it used to be like, oh yeah, you'd have to actually write a letter and find the right person to contact and then mail them the letter, and the person could get the letter and never look at it, or the person could get the letter, read it, and throw it in the trash, and nobody would know. Now it's like, I tweeted.
You said something ironically on Twitter earlier, it's kind of leads into this, I think, is that it's become an era where everybody has access to everybody else's thoughts and things. And so you have people that are legitimately mentally ill, or legitimately, just trolls or whatever out there just trying to cause trouble all the time, and they can. Everybody has the same access, they can get their points across, they can get their whatever theory. Like, I'm talking about, conspiracy theories, but they just as many theories about things on one side as there is on the other.
Yeah, I think the internet has
Princess Peach is a lesbian now, apparently.
Right. The internet has given us unfettered access to stupid people. Before,
and it's given stupid people unfettered access to
everybody,
to the platforms that to amplify their voices.
Yeah, because back in the day, I remember, speaking of Optimus Prime, Peter Cullen saying that he had no idea until after he was off of Transformers, how much Optimus Prime actually meant to people. Because they had a writing campaign parents did to get him back.
Yeah, because I can't believe they killed him in the movie.
It would be
Spoiler.
like Transformers the movie, right? The 86 movie, not the live action movie. The 86 movie, they basically killed the entire 84, 85 toy
And they
line.
did it, the kids didn't know, and the kids went to the movie, and then what?
Yes.
What?
So parents are like, it would basically be like taking your kids to go see the Pokemon movie and
They just shoot
Ash
Pikachu in the head.
Yeah, they shoot Ash and Pikachu in the head, and then they replace him with another trainer and another Pokemon. You know, that's basically what they did. Like, yeah, it's a new model. We got new Pokemon because it's a new game.
And now people complain they brought him back as a zombie.
Yeah, right.
I wish I was kidding.
But he didn't know because back then, you know, you didn't have instant access to everybody's opinions.
And everybody shares every thought, and sometimes you shouldn't share every thought.
Overshare, and that's how people get canceled.
Right.
They overshare. So I think we're going to wrap this one up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.